Hello, students. Welcome to the second day of your, no, third day of your science express revision. Okay, so today we are starting with chemistry and we are dealing with two chapters in chemistry. Okay, so be very careful here. Okay, so we are planning to do some important questions from metals and non-metals and carbon and its compounds. So, both are very high weighted chapters. Many questions normally they will ask from carbon and its compounds. Okay, both are very important chapters, so be very careful here. So, if we are saying basically about metals and non-metals, okay. Sorry. So, if we are saying about metals and non-metals, okay. So in metals and non-metals, basically MCQ questions normally ask, and also the reactions. Metals and non-metals are very crucial for the reactions. Example, the reaction with air, metal with acid, metal with water, that kind of reactions. And also when you study this chapter, always classify the metals to three categories. One is highly reactive metal. Second one, moderately reactive. Then the third one, less reactive. Okay, highly reactive category means potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium always. Okay, sometimes aluminum also. Okay, aluminum is actually, we are considering actually not as highly reactive, but still sometimes it's a highly reactive metal. And moderately reactive in the sense, zinc, iron mainly. Okay, even cobalt and nickel is there, but in our syllabus it's mentioned zinc and iron. Okay, less reactive metal include copper. Okay, less reactive metal include copper and silver, even gold. Gold, there is no importance in less reactive. So copper and silver, and also mercury is under less reactive. Okay, so when you study any reactions, if you are studying about the reaction with water, okay, for example, sodium, calcium, magnesium, all are react with water, potassium also. Okay, but many times CBSE asked, which is the metal react only with hot water? Nothing but magnesium. And which is the metal react only with water vapor, hot water vapor, that is steam, zinc and Fe, only with hot water vapor. Water vapor in the sense steam, and its reaction you should go through amphoteric oxide, that types of things. And as starting, we know you have the note, our in our note we mentioned in our starting the properties of metals, non-metals, some little properties like malleability, ductility, sonority, that kind of properties are important. Okay, so you should go through that. Okay, in your note, okay, that theory one part you should go through that. And after that, displacement reaction, highly important. We studied in first chapter also, displacement reaction. And you can expect at least 100% sure you can expect at least one question from dot diagram, and also the properties of ionic compound. Okay, and you can see the occurrence of metal, that part. You can see what is the roasting, calcination, how will you obtain copper from copper sulfide, mercury from mercuric sulfide, like mercury sulfide is cinnabar. Okay, and the very famous reaction, aluminothermic reaction. And the part refining of copper, electrolytic refining of copper, and finally corrosion and the corrosion prevention method, including the galvanization, anodizing method, different types of methods are available. Okay, so anyway, let's see some questions from the third chapter. Okay, so the first question: during the electrolytic refining of copper, when current, okay, so what will happen in electrolytic? What do you mean by electrolytic refining? Electrolysis means you are applying some kind of electricity, correct? So I'm taking electricity as a battery. Okay, then I'm connecting to two electrodes. This is the general process of electrolysis. Correct. For the refining of copper, this is impure copper. The copper that should be that are going to purify. This is pure copper. Okay, and this solution is copper sulfate solution. Okay, so this is copper sulfate solution. This is pure copper. This is impure. This is anode, right? So the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal is known as anode, and this is cathode. Okay, actually what happened here, when you apply electricity, the copper from anode will move towards cathode, and you know the impurities will left behind. This is known as anode mud. Many times you can see the same question, put it as important one. So when current passed, okay, you know, pure copper from the electrolytic solution deposit at the cathode. Right. So that is the correct answer. You can see from the copper will go to the electrolytic solution and finally deposit towards the cathode. So the movement of copper from anode to cathode. Correct. So this is the okay. So that is correct. The pure copper from the anode deposit to the cathode. So A is the correct answer. Okay, so the pure copper, and you know the impure copper we are taking. So you know more than the pure copper atom, more impurities are there, and the impurities will left behind. That means you can see the anode mud here. Is it clear? The process is known as electrolytic refining. Is it clear? Please unmute and say. Clear? Okay. I hope let's move. Next. The electronic configuration of three element X, Y, and Z are 2,8, Y 2,87, 2,8,7, 2,8,2. Okay. Which of the following is correct? X is a metal, Y is a metal, Z is a non-metal, X is a non-metal, Z is a metal. You know, metals are electron donors. They will donate electron. You know, X is 2,8. We cannot say X is a metal because it's 8 octet completed. 8 electrons are completed in the valence shell. So we cannot say that is a metal. What about Y? Y is not electron donor. It will accept electron. Correct? So Y is a non-metal. Okay, so Y is not a metal. Okay, Y is a non-metal. What about Z? Z, you know, 2 electrons are there to donate. So Z is a metal and Y is a non. Z is not a non-metal. Z is a metal. So the correct answer is Y is a non-metal and Z is a metal. Next, in thermite welding, a mixture of dash and dash is ignited with a burning magnesium ribbon, which produces molten iron metal as large amount of heat involved. Okay, so what will happen in thermite process? What do you mean by thermite process? Thermite process is nothing but it is the reaction between aluminium and iron oxide. Okay, so aluminium powder and iron oxide. Okay, so what happened? You will get Al2O3 plus Fe, 2 aluminium, 2 Fe balancing. So the answer is aluminium powder and Fe2 oxide. Correct? Fe. No, Fe3 oxide. This one. But because iron has +3 oxidation here, right? Because oxygen is -2 into 3 -6. So iron will have +3 oxidation state. So iron 3 oxide and aluminium powder. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Okay, we can say what is the importance of this reaction? This reaction is highly important when there is a tube to weld the railway tracks, okay, to the cracks in railway tracks due to rusting. So Fe2O3 is actually the rust. Okay, iron oxide, we will treat it with aluminium. Next, the electronic configuration of three elements. Okay, this same kind of question. Three elements are given. What is the combined to form an ionic compound? Write the chemical formula. You know which element will combine to an kind of ionic compound? Okay, always think this will not combine to form an ionic compound because that is carbon. Carbon will not form an ionic compound. Okay, what about the next? Y 2,7, that is a non-metal. Z 2,1, that is a metal. You know what will happen? The valency is one that can form the compound. You know, actually, YZ. Actually, it's not YZ. You can see it's ZY because the metal will come first. Okay, so in option, you know, YZ is there. Clear. Okay. Then let's move on. The highly reactive metals like sodium, potassium, magnesium are extracted by, you know, the electrolysis of molten oxide is more correct. Okay. The electrolysis of molten oxide. By electrolyzing oxide, you will get the metal and oxygen. Oxygen gas will go out. Okay. That is the concept. Next, by transfer of electron, illustrate the formation of bond in magnesium chloride and identify the ions present in it. So the same question it is there NCERT. Magnesium chloride. Okay, simply take magnesium. Atomic number 12. Write the configuration 282. So how many dots are there? 2 dots. Magnesium with 2 dots. Chlorine. How many dots? You know, chlorine having 17 configuration. 287. 7 dots. Okay, you can use a cross mark to show that. Chlorine. 7 cross marks. Okay, how it's forming? You know, magnesium should donate 2 electrons to chlorine. One donate to 1 electron to chlorine. One donate another electron to this chlorine. So you will get magnesium 2 plus. Okay, Mg 2 plus, and chlorine. The 7 cross marks are the 7 electrons of chlorine itself minus this kind of 2 chlorine. Okay, or you can draw the 2 chlorine separately. Okay. So which are the ions present in it? Mg2 plus and Cl minus. Next, ionic compounds are solids. Give reason. Ionic compounds are solid due to the high force of attraction between the cation and anion. Okay. In ionic compound, you know, 2 ions are present. Positively charged ion, cation. Negatively charged ion, there is a strong force of attraction, so they are hard. Okay. With the help of labeled diagram, show the experimental setup of action of steam of metal. Okay. How we are using? Okay, you can draw the diagram by using the NCERT. Okay, simply iron metal react with H2O. What will happen? This is gas steam. You will get Fe2O3. Okay, no. After oxidation, you will get Fe3O4 plus H2. 3Fe, 2H2O. Okay, you can draw a diagram in which iron metal. Okay, take a test tube with an iron metal. Okay, you are heating with steam. Okay, and you are evolving this hydrogen gas. You can show that. Next, write the balanced equation to explain what happened. So mark this question. It's important. Take a screenshot of this question. Okay, mercuric oxide is heated. What will happen? Mercuric oxide is heated. Mercury and oxygen will get separated. Why? Because this thermal decomposition reaction is there in the extraction of mercury. Next, mixture of cuprous oxide, that means Cu2O, and cuprous sulfide, Cu2S, is heated. You will get sulfur dioxide and copper. So you will get 2 oxygen. So 2 Cu2O, 6 Cu. So this is also important. Ferric oxide reduced with aluminium. Ferric oxide means Fe2O3. Reduced with aluminium. The aluminothermic reaction Al2O3 plus Fe. So in this The time is very less for your revision. Just note down these equations, important. Zinc carbonate, okay, one is missing. Aluminium is reacted with manganese dioxide. Aluminium plus MnO2. You will get Al2O3 plus Mn. Okay, so you will get 2, 3, 4, 3. Zinc carbonate undergo calcination. What is calcination? Calcination means you are heating the ore in the absence of air. So zinc carbonate, you are heating zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. Okay, so these are some important equations in this particular chapter. Next. State the reason for the following observation. The shining surface of some metals becomes dull when exposed to air for a long time due to the coating of that particular metal oxide. Okay, metal oxide formation, metallic oxide formation as a layer. Then zinc fails to evolve hydrogen gas on reacting with dilute nitric acid. What will happen? Nitric acid, HNO3 is a good oxidizing agent. It will oxidize zinc metal. Metal sulfide occur mainly in rocks, but metal halide occur mostly in sea and lake area. Okay, because metal sulfide occur mainly in rocks due to the presence of sulfur in air. Okay, that is the reason. But metal halides occur mostly in sea due to the presence of chlorine in sea. Sodium chloride is there, so due to the presence of sodium chloride in sea. Okay. How is copper obtained from copper? This is important. Metallurgy part. Write only the chemical equation. How is copper thus obtained, refined? Okay, electrolytic refining. Okay, we discuss like how to write for Cu2S plus O2. You will get Cu2O plus SO2. So, okay. Then after that, we will mix Cu2S with Cu2O. You will get 6Cu plus SO2. Sorry, here there is not. Okay. What do you mean by corrosion? Name two method used for the prevention of corrosion. Painting, you can write painting, galvanization. Galvanization means coating zinc metal. Okay. Galvanization means coating zinc metal over the metal. And you can write anodizing or any other method or electrolytic refining. No, not refining, electroplating. Okay. Then suppose you have extract metal M from its enriched or sulfide ore. Metal M is the middle of reactivity series. Write the various steps used in extracting the metal. Okay. So what are the method? For sulfide, you should convert to oxide. Finally, you can convert oxide to the metal by using a reducing agent or like carbon or carbon monoxide. Next, we can do the next chapter, carbon and compound. In this limited amount of time, we can use the next chapter. Okay. The formula, okay. Okay, that question missing of which of the following compound is an example of saturated hydrocarbon? What do you mean by saturated hydrocarbon? Saturated hydrocarbon is nothing but the hydrocarbon means what? Okay, compounds containing carbon, hydrogen group. Okay, so saturated hydrocarbon means carbon single bond. Or we can say these are alkanes, right? Carbon single bond means alkanes. Okay, So which is alkane, ethanol. We cannot say that is saturated hydrocarbon, that is heteroatom containing. Ethene is alkene. Ethyl is alkyne. So which is the correct answer? Ethane. So alkane, A-N-E is there. The functional group present in alcohol molecule. Okay, not carbonyl, not carboxyl, hydroxyl group, not alkyl. What is hydroxyl? Hydroxyl means OH, alcohol is known as hydroxyl. Next one is carbonyl. Carbonyl means it is the functional group present in aldehyde or ketone, C double bond O. Okay, this is aldehyde or ketone. Next one is carboxyl. Carboxyl is that means C double bond COOH. Okay, present in carboxylic acid. Okay, next. The process of addition of an unsaturated compound, addition of hydrogen to an unsaturated compound is called, that is addition reaction. Okay, if you are adding a small molecule to an unsaturated compound is known as addition reaction. Carbon is unique among the elements because it can. Okay, what is the main thing regarding carbon? Okay, carbon form compound with metals only, exhibit only one valency, only bond with hydrogen, forms long chains and branched structure. What is the correct answer? Right. Yeah, D is the correct answer. Okay, so we can say carbon, so which is the incorrect form, it can form bond with metals and non-metals. Exhibit only one valency. No. What is the valency of carbon? Carbon shows valency 4, tetravalency. Only bond with hydrogen. No, that's also incorrect. Okay, so the correct answer is form long chains and branches. This property is known as catenation. So catenation is the property of carbon to form branched chains. Okay, branched structure and long chains. Okay, so not only for carbon, certain atoms in periodic table have the same kind of property, like silicon have the same kind of property. Okay, but still it is important. Next, write the structure of ethanol. These two questions I can see different format in say certain question paper. Okay, you can see in different format, but the same question but different format. Okay, so please note down that. Write the structure of ethanol. So the structure of ethanol, what do you mean by eth? Eth means two carbon. Okay, ethanol means alcohol containing OH. Now you know the valency of carbon should be 4 at any cost. So here 3 hydrogen. Here 2 hydrogen. So what is the structure? CH3, CH2, OH. Name the product formed when ethanol burns in sufficient air. Burning of ethanol is known as the combustion of ethanol. Think about C2H5OH, the same ethanol we can write like this. C2, 2 carbon, total 5 hydrogen, then OH. React with oxygen. What are the products? CO2 and H2. Total how many hydrogen? Okay, first of all, carbon, 2 carbon, 2 carbon. Hydrogen, 6 hydrogen. So here 3. How many oxygen required? 5. Okay, 4 plus 3, 7. So here only 3. We can write 3 here. 3 to 2, 6 plus 1, 7. So this is the reaction. This is known as combustion reaction. That 4 reactions are exactly important. Please note that 4 reactions like addition reaction, substitution reaction, combustion reaction, and oxidation reaction. Okay, state what happened when 5% solution of alkaline potassium permanganate is added to warm water. So what happened? Nothing. When you add when you have CH3, CH2OH, when you add alkaline potassium permanganate, there occurs the oxidation reaction. Correct. So there occurs the formation of CH3COOH. Correct. So CH3COOH. So here alkaline K-Manophore is your oxidizing agent. So many times the oxidation reaction is highly important. Oxidation and addition reactions are important. And what is the use of addition reaction? We are using to prepare oil from fat. Okay, for addition reaction. Okay, draw the structure of the product formed. So what is the structure of the product? C, 3 hydrogen with C double bond OH. This is CH3COOH. Okay, so that is the structure. Now state what happened when ethanol is heated with concentrated H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin. Draw the structure of the product formed. State the role of H2SO. Listen. So this is also, you can see, say, a regular structure. I mean, regular kind of question. Okay, like you have ethanol, CH3, CH2, OH. You are adding concentrated H2SO4. If needed, you can heat it. Okay, so what will happen? There occurs dehydration reaction. What is dehydration reaction? Dehydration means the removal of water molecule. So you will get OH can be removed here, H can be removed here. There occurs a formation of alkene, ethene. This is 2 carbon with double bond, ethene. CH2 double bond CH2. Okay. So what is the role of concentrated H2SO4? This is the dehydrating agent. Many times they asked the question oxidation, substitution, and dehydration. And also esterification reactions are also important. Esterification means the addition of reaction between carboxylic acid group and alcohol group in presence of acid, concentrated acid like H2SO. That is also important. Okay. Next. Hydrocarbon contain carbon and hydrogen covalent bonds. Write the name and draw the structure of saturated hydrocarbon with 4 carbon atoms. So here it is perfectly, it is given saturated hydrocarbon, that means single bonds only, and contain 4 carbon atoms. So simply you can say the formula is important. CnH2n plus 2. Okay, CnH2n plus 2. Okay. CnH2n plus 2. That means if you have 4 carbon atom, how many hydrogen atoms will be there? Double of 4 is 8. 8 plus 2, 10. So it's easy to draw the structure. 4 carbon atom in a line. Then add hydrogen atom. Here 3 hydrogen. Here 2 hydrogen. Here 2 hydrogen. Here 3 hydrogen. What is the name of this compound? Name of this compound is, simply we can say it is bute. Correct? All are single bond, ANE alkene, butene. Okay, write the number of single bond present in this compound. How many single bonds are present in this compound? I'm counting 1, 2, 3. All are single bond. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 single bonds are present. 13 single bonds. Draw the electron dot structure of ethyne. So this kind of questions are important also. Okay, list to the difference between covalent and ionic. Okay, ethyne electron dot structure. Listen. Ethyne. Ethyne means 2 carbon atom with triple bond. First of all, let's draw its structure. We need electron dot structure. Correct. So, always think one bond is the result of 2 electrons. I mean, one pair of it. Okay. So, carbon with 1 electron here, 3 electrons here. Okay. The another carbon with 1 electron here, 3 electrons here. Okay. And one hydrogen is coming with 1 electron. Hydrogen is coming with 1 electron. Okay. And you can draw a circle for hydrogen. Sorry, don't include carbon atom there. Okay, this is the circle for hydrogen. This is the circle for this hydrogen. And draw the separate circles for each carbon. Okay. Okay. So this is like, okay, if you do it very, you will get a, if you do it very carefully, you will get a neat diagram. Otherwise, like this. Okay. One. The other one, like, the other one is like this. Okay. This is ethyne. They can ask any molecule. Okay, they can ask any molecule. Normally, they will ask up to hexane, maximum hexane. Okay. So anyway, so it's actually an important part. Dot diagram can be asked from either ionic bond or covalent. And one more thing, what is the difference between ionic compounds and covalent? Ionic and covalent. Ionic compounds, they are hard. Covalent compounds are brittle. Most of the covalent compounds you can see they are gases or liquids. If they are present, then that is actually brittle. Then ionic compounds are soluble in water. Covalent compounds are insoluble in water. Ionic compounds have high melting and boiling point. Covalent compounds have low melting and boiling point. And ionic compounds conduct electricity in molten state and aqueous state. Covalent compound will not conduct electricity. So these are the major differences between ionic compound and covalent compound. So you please study that. Finally, next question. Okay. Draw the electron dot structure of carbon dioxide and write the nature of bonding between carbon and oxygen. Actually, carbon having 4 electrons like this. Okay. Let it be like paired because carbon oxygen bond is actually double bond. Okay. So carbon, 2 bond, oxygen, 6 electrons. I mean, not 2 bond, 2 electrons. Okay. 6 electron. Sorry. Another oxygen, 6 electron. You can also use cross mark. Okay. So here, how to draw the circles for this oxygen? This is the circle. Okay. So it's actually not a circle. This is the circle. If you do it very carefully, you will get, as I told you, you will get any good diagram. For this one, this is the circle. Okay. Finally, for our carbon, this is the circle. That means C double bond oxygen is carbon dioxide. So the nature of bonding between carbon and oxygen is covalent bonding. Okay, the sharing. What is covalent bonding? The bonding formed by the sharing of electron. That you mean that is covalent bonding. Okay, so these are the important question I noted from the previous year questions, like all our PYQs, and moreover we did in our class also. And in all these time people were silent, and now I am giving you a chance to ask any question. Like in the 4 chemistry chapters, I'm giving you a chance to ask any question. I will give you a 2 or 3 minutes.
Sir, I actually had a doubt.
Yeah, damn
Sir,
it. Yes.
suppose you're drawing the structure of alkene or alkyne.
Hmm.
Does every single carbon-carbon bond have to be triple bond or double bond or only one?
Only one.
Only one is enough, right?
Yeah, only one, but the other compounds are there. For example, okay, that the question was very good. Suppose if you have this kind of compound, okay, I'm not drawing hydrogen. This is an alkane, correct? All are single bond. If any of the bond is double bond, then that is alkene. If any of the bond is triple bond, that is alkyl. Any one bond, we can check. Okay, when one bond is double or triple, then that become unsaturated. Okay, multiple bonding is there. I mean, 2 or 3 double bond will come in one molecule, but it is not in your syllabus. It's actually is there in 11th syllabus. Like double bond and triple bond is there, or 2 double bonds are there in a single compound. Okay, that is possible, but it's out of syllabus from 10th.
Okay.
Okay. So like this, you can clarify your doubt. Maybe a simple doubt, you can ask that from any of the chapters, any 4 chapters, you can ask. Or you can put that question in the QA session. You can see a question answer session.
Sir, can you show the isomers of butane?
Isomers of butane. Okay. Butane. So butane have 4 carbon atom normally, correct? Others are hydrogen. Let me write it. Let it be CH3, CH2, CH2, CH. What do you mean by isomers? Isomers have same molecular formula but different structure. Structural isomers. I'm taking one hydrogen from this carbon, just listen. I'm taking one hydrogen from this carbon, and instead of hydrogen, I am just placing this CH3 here. So what will be the new structure? CH3, no changes for this one. Next, I'm taking one hydrogen. So it become only one CH. Instead of one hydrogen, I'm putting CH3. Then that hydrogen I'm giving to here, CH. What do you mean by these two compounds? Both have 4 hydrogen, sorry, 4 carbon atom and 10 hydrogen atom.
Oh, yeah.
Correct? So same molecular formula, but their structures are different.
Okay.
Okay. So any other doubts? Like
Sir,
you can
so
ask
when they ask example of isomers, is just one pair enough or do we have to write extra?
Okay, one pair enough. Normally they will ask about butane. If it is pentane, multiple isomers are there, but one is enough. Okay. Any other doubts, or you can ask the same doubt by the chat or the QA question answer or comment box in YouTube. Any doubts?
No, sir, all clear.
Okay. Okay, I hope there is no doubt. Okay, so we are winding up the chemistry session. Okay. On Q&A question. Can you tell difference between soap and detergent? Okay. So what do you mean by soap and detergent? That is the question. Soap and detergent. You know, soap and detergent are salt actually. Okay. So soap is the long chain carbon. Okay. Long carboxylic salt of sodium or potassium. Okay. Detergent is actually the long carboxylic salt of ammonium, not sodium and potassium, ammonium kind of substances. So what is the peculiarity of detergent? In detergent, you know, it will give lather in hard water. Because when you add, okay, this question is also important. When you add soap to hard water, it can form scum formation. Hard water means this water containing calcium and magnesium salts present. Okay, so that we can say, so soap will not give lather in hard water. So the micelle formation part is important. Micelle formation. How the soap is effective to clean the oily dirt. Okay, that is actually important. So, okay. Any other question? That was also a good question. Okay. I hope there is no question. I think day after tomorrow is your science exam. So all the best for your exam. And while if you have any doubts while you're revising any portion, if you are going through any portion, if you have any doubts in chemistry, just directly message me, or you can give that. Okay, you can communicate that concern towards the office admin in Darul Global Academy. I'm winding up. So you can continue your discussion on biology. The Shamim sir will join soon to the same link. So don't leave. The same link you have the class of biology. So thank you and all the best.
Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We are, Today we are discussing two important chapters, that's heredity and control and coordination. Okay, look at here. The questions are very easy from the heredity, and if you know the concept, it's become very easy. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Look at here. First of all, we can discuss an important concept. I'm drawing the cell. This is a cell. Inside the cell, we can see the nucleus is presented. Inside the nucleus, we can see the genetic material. We're only discussing about the DNA. Okay, we're only discussing about the DNA. You remember the full form of the DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid. This DNA that become contents to form the chromosomes. Okay, this DNA that's become contents to form the chromosome. Okay, here I am drawing the structure of DNA. Okay, this is one DNA. Okay, this become compressed to form the chromosome. Okay, here the specific regions in the DNA that's controlling characters, that is actually called gene. For example, this portion of DNA that is controlling hair color, for example, and this portion of DNA that is controlling growth. such character controlling part of the DNA that is actually called gene. Okay. And the gene that can seen in two form that is actually called allele. The genes that can seen in two form that is actually called allele. You just remember this concept. Okay, from this chapter, you must remember this concept. What is gene? What is allele? What is chromosome? What is DNA? Then we can discuss about the sex determination. The sex determination in humans. Sex determination in humans. The sex determination in humans, that's very important questions. You can surely, you must remember this question. It is 100% sure question. First of all, you remember in sexual reproduction, a male parent and a female parent is presented. What's the total number of chromosome presented in humans? What's the total number of chromosome presented in humans? What's the total number of chromosome presented in humans? Can anyone? That is 46. In females also 46 chromosomes are presented. Out of these 46 chromosomes, 44 are called autosomes. And the remaining 2 chromosomes are called sex chromosome, which are the sex chromosome presented in males, X and Y. These are the sex chromosome presented in males. In females also 44 autosome plus the sex chromosome presented in female, that is X and X. And what are the gametes formed here? What are the gametes formed in males? You remember, gametes are a haploid structure. That means half of the chromosomes are presented in gametes. Here, 22 autosome plus X. This is one gamete of male. Then 22A plus Y. This is another gamete of male. What are the gametes in female? That is 22A plus X and 22A plus X. These are the 2 gametes presented in female. You remember, males are producing different types of gametes. Females are producing same type of gamete. And here, this 22A plus X containing male gamete, that becomes fused with 22A plus X containing female gamete. Here the fertilization is take place. The fertilization take place. And what's the zygote formed here? That is 44A plus XX. Again, this X containing male gamete had become fused with this X containing female gamete. Then here 44 plus A plus XX. The next one, this Y containing male gamete is fused with this X containing female gamete. And here it is 44A plus XY. Here this Y containing male gamete that become fused with this X containing female gamete. Here it is 44A plus XX. Sorry, 44A plus XY. What about this? Here this zygote is become a female. This one is also female. Okay, this one is male and this one is male. This is very important. From this topic, you can get different types of questions. The first most asking question, that is the sex of the baby. Who is determining the sex of the baby? The sex of the baby, that is determined by male. Why? Because males can produce two different types of gamete. Which are the two different types of gamete? That is 22A plus X containing gamete and 22A plus Y containing gamete. Okay, that's the first question you can expect. The second question is like this. In a couple, they have 6 daughters. What's the probability that their next child becomes son? You remember that every time during fertilization, the probability that it's become male or female, that is 50%. Here you see, from the 1/2 of the individuals are female. Here also 1/2 of the individuals are male. That means 50%. Okay, in a fertilization, the 50% it's become male or female. This is very important point. This is very important concept. Then the next question you can expect, which are the chromosomes presented in males? Which are the chromosomes? X chromosome and, which are the sex chromosome presented in males? X chromosome and Y chromosome. Then you will ask, okay, then the next question, which are the gamete presented in male, or which are the gamete produced by the male? Then you will write it is 22A plus X, 22A plus Y. Don't write X and Y gamete. That are sex chromosomes, that are not gametes. 22A plus X, that is gamete. 22A plus Y, that is gamete. Then the next question you can expect it here. That's very important. The size of X chromosome and Y chromosome, which one is larger? The X chromosome are larger than Y chromosome. Okay, the X chromosomes are larger than Y chromosomes. The point also you remember. Okay, then you, this based on this concept, you will must remember a term, that is heteromorphic. Heteromorphic means they are different structures. Okay, the size of X chromosome and Y chromosome is varying. For example, this is the X chromosome. Okay, this is the Y chromosome. The size become varying. These are the points you remember. Then you can do these questions. Consider the following statement. The sex of a child is determined by what is inherited from the mother. The sex of the child is determined by what is inherited from father. The probability of having a male child is more than that of female child. The sex of the child is determined at the time of fertilization when male and female gamete fuse to form zygote. Which are the correct options? Which are the correct statement? Daniel, Rida, Majvin, which are the correct statements? Those are in online. Which are the correct statement? What about the first statement? The sex of the child is determined by what is inherited from mother. That is incorrect. The sex of the child always determined by father, because the father is producing two different types of gamete. Sex of the child is determined by what is inherited from father. That is correct statement. The probability of having a male child is more than that of female child. That is incorrect. The probability of male and female child, that is 50-50. It's 50-50%. The sex of the child is determined at the time of fertilization when male and female gamete fuse to form zygote. This is also correct. That's we discussed it here. Here, when their fertilization is take place, then the sex of the child is determined. Here, the correct option are both O2 and 4. That is option B is the right answer. Name the two types of gamete produced by the men. You remember that is 22A plus X and 22A plus Y. These are the two gametes produced by male. Does a male child inherit X chromosome from his father? Justify. Yes, the male child that inherit an X chromosome from father, then what about the progeny? The progeny is always female. Okay, that is here. Look at here. In the male child, the X chromosome is inherited. Okay, the child always female. Here you see. If their Y chromosomes are presented in the gametes, then the child is male. Okay, just remember that point. And how many types of gametes are produced by human female? They are producing only one type of gamete, which is that is 22A plus X. This is the only one type of gamete produced by female. In what way are the sex chromosome X and Y different in size? X chromosomes are larger than Y chromosomes. Name the mismatched pair of sex chromosome in humans. This is a mismatched pair of sex chromosome in humans. That is X and Y chromosome presented in human males. Write the number and pair of sex chromosome presented in human beings. That is only one pair of sex chromosome. That means 2 sex chromosomes. In which one of the parent perfect pair or perfect pairs of sex chromosomes are presented? That is in females. Okay, females, they both X chromosome are presented. Both sex chromosomes are X. Citing 2 examples justify the statement, sex of an individual is not always determined genetically. In case of humans, the sex is determined genetically. What about in case of crocodiles, in case of tortoise, in case of snail? That is, environmental factors are determining the sex based on the temperature, especially in case of tortoise and crocodiles. The temperatures are determining the sex of the baby. Okay, that's about this topic. It's very important. You can surely expect 100% you can expect a question that's from 1 mark, 2 mark, or 3 mark sections. Then we can move into Mendel's crosses and law of Mendel's, and what are the experiments conducted by Mendel's. Okay, Mendel's monohybrid cross and Mendel's dihybrid cross, that is very important. Which plant is selected by Mendel? That is Pisum sativum or garden pea plant is the experimental material of Mendel. Pisum sativum or garden pea plant, that is the experimental material of Mendel's crosses. And which are the characters selected by Mendel? Very important. Height, flower position. Just remember all the 7 characters selected by the Mendel. Okay, 7 characters selected by the Mendel. Okay, seed color, seed shape, pod structure, pod color. Okay, all these things you remember. Okay, the flower position, all these things. Okay, 7 characters Mendel selected, you remember. Okay, then you remember the next one, we can do a question. Okay, it's become very easy. Just a second. Okay. In a cross between violet flowered plant and a white flowered plant. To state the characteristic of the plant obtained in the F1 progeny. If the plant of F1 progeny are self-pollinated, then what would be observed in the plant of F2 progeny? If 100 plants are produced in F2 progeny, then how many plants will it show the recessive trait? You do this course. Do this cross very fastly. Okay, what are the what are the parents given here? Just remember parents. Which are the parents? That is violet flower. Okay, violet flower. Then white flower. Okay, violet flower and white flower. Which is dominant? Okay, dominant is violet. Okay, here we can write capital V, capital V. Here we can write small v, small v. Then this is the genotype. Then gamete. Which are the gamete? Capital V from here, small v from here. What about F1 generation? In F1 generation, capital V, small v. This is the genotype. Okay, these are violet. Why it is become violet? Because violet color is dominant over white flower, white color. That is law of dominance. In a heterozygous, this is heterozygous. What do you mean by homozygous? Homozygous. And what do you mean by heterozygous alleles? Homozygous allele. Okay, heterozygous allele. Okay, I'm not moving the detailed description. Okay, you just remember these are the alleles. The violet color or violet flower, that is a gene. The violet have two alleles, that is capital V here, capital V, small v. If the both alleles are similar, then it is called a homozygous allele. Both alleles are different. Sorry, the alleles are different, that is heterozygous allele. You just remember these terms. Okay, this is the F1 generation. That is violet. Okay, in a heterozygous alleles, one allele is dominant over another one. The dominant one is called, or the dominant one that is expressing the trait or their character. The suppressed one that is not expressed in their characters in F1 generation. Okay, that is law of dominance. When a parent with a pure contrasting trait are close. What do you mean by pure or true breeding? That is capital V, capital V. Or small v, small v. That is homozygous alleles. That is actually called pure. They are close together or they form the trait appear in the next generation. Let's see this full. Okay. When a parent with a pure contrasting trait are crossed together, only one form of trait is appear in the next generation. The hybrid offsprings will exhibit only the dominant trait in the phenotype. Here you see, this is the F1 generation. This is the hybrid one. Okay, it will only express the dominant characters. Then the next one, you remember, we are selfing this F1 generation. Okay, selfing the F1 generation. That is capital V, small v crossing with a capital V, small v. Which are the gamete formed here? Which are the gamete formed here? Capital V, small v, okay, capital V, small v. Then what about the F2? The F2 generation we can represent it by using Punnett square or checkerboard. Okay, this is Punnett square or checkerboard. In this first row and column, we are writing the gametes. Okay, here we are writing capital V, small v, capital V, small v. Here it is become capital V, capital V, capital V, small v, capital V, small v, small v, small v. Here it is become violet, 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 and white. That is, what's the phenotypic ratio here? Phenotypic ratio means what the colors we can see, which type of flowers we can see here, or what are the expressed one we can see by observation, which are the things we can see. That is actually phenotype. Here we can see violet is to white. That is in the ratio 3:1. What is the genotype here? Genotype means these alleles. Capital V is to capital V, small v is to small v, small v. What's the answer? Capital V, that is 1. Capital V, small v, here you can see 2. Small v, that is 1. That is 1:2:1. Okay, this is the answer for the first and second question. Okay, here you see in 4 individual, 1 are white. That is, we are writing 1 small v, small v. How many are violet? In this 4 individual, 3 are violet. Based on this data, we can write if 100 plants are produced in F2 progeny, then how many plants will show recessive trait? If 100 plants are presented, how many show recessive trait? Which is the recessive one? White is the recessive character. Okay, how many of them are white? From 4 individual, 1 is white. Then 100 individual, that is 100 into 1/4. That is equal to 25 are white. Okay, such type of questions also you can expect. Then based on the monohybrid process, Mendel also proposed its second law, that is called law of segregation of character. Law of segregation of character or law of purity of gametes. The two names are there. Law of segregation of character or law of purity of gamete. During the formation of gamete, each allele separate from each other so that each gamete carry only one allele for each. Here you see capital V, small v. During this time, the gametes become separate independently, or the gametes separate each other. The capital V that is presented in one gamete, small v that is presented in one gamete. That is actually law of segregation or purity of gamete. Okay. If any doubts, we can move to the next topic. Okay. The next one is Mendel's dihybrid process. Mendel's dihybrid process, Mendel selected 2 characters at a time. Mendel selected 2 characters at a time. Okay, we can just go through this question. Okay, that is Mendel selected, for example, here in these questions, the cross in between the parents are parents. Which are the parents in this question? You just remember that is tall plant with a round seed. Tall plant with a round seed. That is crossing with a dwarf or short plant with a wrinkled seed. We know these characters. Okay, round is dominant, tall is dominant, dwarf is recessive, wrinkled is recessive. Here we can write the genotype here. Capital T, capital T, capital R, crossing with a small t's, small t, small t, small r, small r. Okay, what are the gametes here? Capital T, capital R, that is one gamete. Small t, small r, that is one gamete. Here the fertilization take place. Writing gamete here. Okay, the F1 generation, that is capital T, small t, capital R, small r. For getting F2 generation, we are self-pollination or self-pollination of F1 generation. That is capital T, small t, capital R, small r crossing with the capital T, small t, capital R, small r. Which are the gametes? You just remember capital T, capital R, that is one gamete. Okay, capital T, small r, that is another gamete. Small t, capital R, that is one gamete. Small t, small r, that is another gamete. Here also the same gametes will be presented. Okay, here also the same gametes. Okay, then you can draw the Punnett square and find out the progenies. Total of 16 progenies will be developed here. Okay, you can draw the Punnett square. Okay, just find out which are the progenies present. Okay, what are the phenotype presented here? What are the phenotype presented in F2 generation? This is F2 generation. You can fill it. Okay, what are the phenotype? First of all, you write both the parents. Which are the parents? Tall, round. Then dwarf, wrinkled. These are the two parents. Then you write tall, wrinkled, and dwarf, round. That is in the ratio 9:3:3:1. This is the phenotypic ratio or phenotypic ratio of dihybrid process, that is 9:3:3:1. How many of them are parental type? This one is parent. Here you see tall, round, and dwarf wrinkle is our parent. Tall, round, and dwarf wrinkle. In F2 generation, 10 of them are parental type. Which are non-parental type or recombinant type? That is 6 of them are non-parental type or recombinant type. Here you see. Okay, I will explain all these A, B, C question. Here we can discuss the C question. Okay, if 1,600 plants were obtained in F2 progeny, write the number of plants having trait tall with round seed and short with wrinkled seed. Again, the same thing. Total of 16 individuals, 9 are tall round. Total of 16 individuals, 3 are tall wrinkled. Total of 16 individuals, 3 are dwarf round. Total of 16 individuals, 1 is dwarf wrinkled. Then look at here. In 60,000 plants were obtained in F2 generation. Write the number of plants having trait tall with round seed. How many of them are tall with round seed? We can easily find tall with round. That is from 16, 9. From 600, you can write. So sorry. 116, you can write. Sorry, 106. Sorry, 1,600. You can write 1,600 into 9/16. That is tall round. You can cut here. Then you can get 900. That is tall with the round seed. What about short with the wrinkled seed? You know, short with or dwarf with the wrinkled seed. That is 1/16. That is 1,600 into 1/16. That's become 100 individuals are dwarf with the wrinkled seed. Such type of questions you can expect. You just fill these questions. Okay, you can just take the screenshot. Okay, and just fill the F2 generation. It's become very easy. Then look at this question. It's a very interesting question. Just read the question. Pooja has green eyes while her parents and brothers have black eyes. Okay, I will write the things here. I will write the whatever that has from these questions. Okay, Pooja has green eye while her parents and brother have black eye. Okay, I'm writing Pooja's father, Pooja's mother. Okay, Pooja's mother. Okay, writing Pooja and its brother. Okay, from here the question. Pooja's father has black eye, mother also black eye, but Pooja has green eye and brother has black eye. Okay. Pooja's husband Ravi has black eyes, while his mother has green eye and father has black eye. Okay. Pooja's husband is there. That is, okay, I'm writing Ravi here. The Ravi has black eye. Ravi has black eye, while his mother has green eye and father has black eye. Okay, his father, Ravi's father has, okay, I'm writing Ravi's father has black eye and Ravi's mother has green eye. On basis of above information, is the green eye color or dominant recessive trait? Which one is dominant? Green or black? Which is dominant from the above data? You can clearly say that the black is dominant, green is recessive. Just remember, green is recessive. How? Look at here. This black color, okay, black eye father and black eye mother. Their probability is, okay, sorry, the Pooja is green and brother is black. Look at this cross also. Black father, sorry, black eyed father, mother is green, but Ravi is black. Okay, the eyes of Ravi is black. Okay, here we can easily say that the black is dominant. If it is green is dominant.
नहीं मालूम मेरे को चेक करता रुको
Hello. Okay. If it is green is dominant, okay, here should be the green become come. Here cannot be black. We are crossing with the black and the green. Here, the green will come. Okay, what about here? Here the probability, okay, you can say the black is dominant. Here B, I'm taking capital B, small b, that is black. Here also capital B, small b, that is black. The Pooja, what about Pooja? Pooja has small b, that's why it's become green. What about this black? It will be two probabilities, either capital B or capital B, small b. Look at here. Which are the gamete formed here? Capital B, small b. Here, capital B, small b. Here you see, this is Pooja's. Small b, small b. What about here? That is capital B, and capital B, small b. That's become black. Here we can easily say the black is dominant. From this cross, we can easily say. What about here? The Ravi is black. Then father should be capital B. Okay, the mother is small b. And the Ravi, that is capital B, small b. Then look at the question. What is the possible genetic makeup? What is the possible genetic makeup of Pooja's brother's eye color? The Pooja's brother eye color is capital B or capital B, small b. These are the genotype you can expect. capital B, or capital B, small b. What is the probability that the offsprings of Pooja and Ravi will have green eye? We can conduct the cross. Capital B, small b crossing with the small b, small b. Here capital B, small b. Here we are taking small b. That is capital B, small b, that is black eye. Here it is become small b, that is green eye. Okay, then what's the question? What is the probability that the offsprings of Pooja and Ravi will have green eye? The probability is 50% or 1/2. Also show how the inheritance of eye color in offspring with the help of suitable cross. You can write these cross. 50% of offsprings of Pooja's brother are green eye. With the help of the crop, how it is possible? Look at the Pooja's brother. If this Pooja's brother, there is two probabilities there. Either capital B, or capital B, small b. The 50% of offsprings of Pooja's brother is green eyed. Then we can take this is one. This is not Pooja's. Okay. Capital B, small b crossing with the small b, small b. During this time, capital B, small b. Okay, here small b. This is this is Pooja's brother, and this is brother's wife. Okay, the brother's wife. Here you see capital B, small b, and small b, small b. That is 50% are green. Okay, 50% are green. What about we are taking this capital B crossing with the, okay, if it is capital B, small b. Okay, this is Pooja's brother, and it's Pooja's brother's wife. Here it is become capital B, here capital B, small b. This one is not possible because both are, okay, both are black. According to our question, 50% of offsprings of Pooja's brother are green eyed. Thus, this probability, this one you can choose. This is very rarely asking. Okay, it is very rare, but you must know about such questions. It's very rarely asking, but you must remember about such questions. Okay. The next one, that is from another chapter. The part which the gustatory receptors are presented in our body, where these gustatory receptors are located. The gustatory receptors are located in tongues. Okay. What about the olfactory receptors? The olfactory receptors are presented in nose. Okay, olfactory receptor, that is receptors of smell. Then what is a nerve impulse? State the direction followed by a nerve impulse while traveling in the body of an organism. What you can write the definition for a nerve impulse? What you can write a definition for a nerve impulse? It is the gradual physicochemical changes. So gradual physicochemical changes take place in the membranes of nerve or neuron after the stimulation, after the arrival of stimuli, after the arrival of stimuli. That is actually called impulses. What's it? Traveling of impulses, that is dendrites, then cell body, then axon, and finally nerve ending. Just remember this point. Draw a diagram of neuron and label the part. Okay, first of all, we can draw the diagram of neuron. You must remember, okay, that is very important questions. Okay. Okay, just neat and label the diagram. Okay, my drawing skills are very bad. You just remember neat and label the diagram. Okay, this is, okay, first of all, what's the question? Where the information is acquired. Which part of the nerve the information is acquired? That is in the dendrites. Okay, here, through which the information travel as an electrical impulse, that is through axon. Okay, that is A, it is B, and the third one, where these electrical impulses must converted into chemical signals, that is the nerve ending. What are the names of these chemical signals? That is neurotransmitters. Okay, neurotransmitters. Just remember the labeling the diagram, it's become very easy. Okay. Okay, Hitesh. Okay, Hitesh. The labeling, okay, proper labeling, that's become very important. Can each label the diagram? Very important. Why does the flow of signals in a synapse from axonal end of one neuron to dendritic end of another neuron take place, but not in the reverse direction? Okay, you just remember the nerve impulses are traveling from one nerve ending into another dendrite. Okay, here I am drawing the next nerve. Okay, before moving to that, you just remember this is the nucleus, this is cell body or cyton, cell body or cyton. Okay, here you see this is the next neuron. The nerve impulses always transferring from nerve ending to dendrites. It's never from dendrites to nerve end. It is not take place. It's only from nerve ending to dendrites. Why? Just remember that the neurotransmitters that is only presented in the nerve ending. The neurotransmitters are presented in the nerve ending. What is actually the neurotransmitter is doing? These electrical impulses are converted into chemical signals in the form of neurotransmitters. These are some chemicals. These are released into the synapse. What do you mean by synapse? The functional junction between two neurons or muscles or neurons or gland, that is called a synapse. Okay, the synapse we can see in between two neurons, in between muscle and neuron, okay, in between glands and neurons. This point also, you just remember this point also. Okay. Then what is reflex action? Sorry, what is reflex arc? Trace the sequence of events which occur in our body when a bright light is focused on your eye. Or another one you can expect, the sneezing. During the time of sneezing, what is the pathway of this reflex arc or reflex action? Such a type of questions you can expect it. Okay, you must remember what is reflex action. It is the automatic, spontaneous response to a stimuli that is called a reflex action. Okay, the pathway of nerve impulse and a response to the stimuli in reflex action, that is actually called a reflex arc, or the pathway of reflex action, that is actually called a reflex arc. Trace the sequence of events which occur in our body when a bright light is focused on your eye. What are the things become happening? The photoreceptors that is presented in the eye that will absorb the light. Then sensory neurons become stimulated. They will carry the information from the sensory neurons to the brain. In the brain, the informations are processed. Then the response are carried by motor neurons. Then these motor neurons are reaching in the effector organ. Which is the effector organ? The muscles of pupils. That is the effector organ. I think in physics you have studied about the structure of eye. Okay, the muscles of pupils, that's the effector organ that become contract. Okay, during that time, the eye become closed. You just remember all these events. Okay, this is a previous year question, it's a PYQ. And during the time of sneezing also, you just remember. Okay, you just refer sneezing also. These are the few things you can expect. Okay, then you remember when you are touching a hot object, this figure is very important. Okay, marking this figure, that's become very important. Okay, the receptors, sensory neuron. This is central nervous system. The central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. We'll discuss later. Okay, you just remember this is the spinal cord. Here, these sensory neuron and motor neurons are connected by interneurons. Okay, or relay neurons. Okay, interneurons or relay neurons. Here, motor neurons are presented that carry the information or responses from the central nervous system into the effector organ. The effector organ, most of the time, it's maybe a muscle or a gland. Okay, muscle or a gland, that's become the effector organ. Okay. Then the next part, that's about the structure of brain. Okay, that is human nervous system. The nervous system of human that consists of brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord that is presented in the human nervous system. Okay, that is Hickman. That is reflex arc is the pathway of reflex action take place in the body. Okay. Okay, instead of reflex, you can the best way to write reflex action take place in the body. Okay. You remember the brain, we can divide it into three regions. So the three regions of brain, that is forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. We are mainly focusing on forebrain and hindbrain in your syllabus. There is not much details about the midbrain. Just remember the forebrain that consists of cerebrum. Okay, cerebrum and hypothalamus, thalamus. These are the main regions of forebrain that's mentioned in your textbook. What about the hindbrain? You just remember pons, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. These are the regions of hindbrain. And the function of cerebrum, hypothalamus, and the function of pons, cerebellum, medulla, that is very, very important. And we can discuss through some questions. Okay, and the image, very important, very, very important, this diagram. Name the part of brain which is responsible for following action, maintaining the posture and balance. Which part? Posture and balance, that is? Yes, cerebellum. Beating of heart. Heart is an involuntary action. Who is controlling? Medullary. The involuntary actions are controlled by medulla. Medulla oblongata, you can write. Thinking. That is cerebrum. Blood pressure, that is an involuntary action that is controlled by medulla oblongata. How is brain and spinal cord is protected in human beings? You remember, brain and spinal cord are, okay, the brain that is protected by a skull or a cranium. Skull or cranium is presented. It is a bony structure. And inside the cranium, there is a three-layered structure, three-layered membrane that is called meninges. And the meninges that is filled with the cerebrospinal fluid or CSF. This point you must remember. Okay, the meninges that is filled with the cerebrospinal fluid. What about the spinal cord? Spinal cord that is passing through the vertebral column. That's why the vertebral column or the backbone that is protecting the spinal cord along with these meninges is also presented in the spinal cord. These 2 points you remember. Then state the main function of medulla. The medulla that is controlling. Okay, the medulla that is controlling the most involuntary actions in our body. Cerebellum, body posture, balance, all these things are controlled by cerebellum. Okay. The first chapter and the third chapter, you can expect the maximum questions. Okay, the first chapter and the third chapter. Okay, not first chapter means life processes in biology and how do organisms reproduce. Okay. Then this column, very important. You just mark or take a screenshot of this column. There is the difference between involuntary action and reflex action. And the difference between voluntary action and involuntary action, that's become very important. Okay, they are not given, it's a direct question. They are given some situations. In walking, what are the difference between in walking and heart beating? The difference between a reflex action, when you're touching a hard object, you're removing your hand. Okay, what are the difference between that and walking? That time you just remember all these points. In involuntary actions, there is no consciousness or stimulus, or there is no conscious or thinking. It's a fast process. What about the reflex action? It is immediate response to a stimulus. That is actually the reflex action. Okay. Involuntary action, there is no recurrence of stimulus. Reflex action, stimulus is required. A relatively slow process. A reflex action is a fast process. Involuntary actions are controlled by medulla oblongata. Reflex actions, the majority of the reflex actions are controlled by spinal cord. The examples, heartbeat, respiration is an example for involuntary actions. Reflex action, the examples are sneezing, blinking of eye. These are the examples for reflex action. In the same way, voluntary and involuntary are given here. Just go through this slide. The next one is tropic movements. Okay, and nastic movements. The growth dependent movements. Growth dependent movements means the movements take place along with this growth. There is growth dependent movements. They are called tropic movements. The tropic movements are directional movements in response to a stimuli. That is tropic movements. Nastic movements or growth independent movements are the growth independent non-directional movements. Okay, they are very fast movements. Okay, you just remember the difference between tropic movements and nastic movements. Okay, tropic movements are slow movements. Nastic movements are fast movements. They are directional. Or nastic movements are directionless. Okay, there is no direction. Okay, such a difference you remember. Okay, the growth, the tropic movements we can further divide it into phototropism, geotropism, chemotropism, and hydrotropism. And one more thing, that is haptotropism or tigmotropism. Okay, haptotropism, just remember tigmotropism or haptotropism. Okay, here you remember, state the function of each of the following plant hormone. Gibberellin, that is important for increasing the length of the stem. Increasing length of stem. Auxins is for the growth and development of plants. Abscisic acid, you remember the wilting and seed dormancy. Just remember. Okay, abscisic acid is a growth inhibiting hormone. These points you remember about the abscisic acid. Name a plant hormone responsible for bending of shoot of plant when it is exposed to unidirectionally, right? That is auxin. How it is promoted? You just remember, auxins are presented in the tip of the plant. These are auxins. When there is light is coming from this direction, the auxins presented in the tip that is moving into one direction. They are concentrating on one direction. Here, very less amount of auxin. That's why the auxin is helping for the growth and development. this portion grow very faster. This portion grow very slower. That's why the plant is bending towards the one direction. Okay, plant is bending towards the one direction. Okay. What are phytohormones? List 4 types of phytohormones. Okay, what are phytohormones? List 4 types of phytohormones. You just remember, plant hormones or phytohormones are the chemical substance produced naturally in plants and capable of translocation and regulating one or more physiological process when presented in low concentration. You remember, the hormones are secreted in very low concentration. Hormones are always secreted in very low concentration. Just remember that point. Okay, and these are chemical substance that is producing some physiological changes in the plant body. That is growth and development, wilting of leaf. That are physiological changes. These are called hormones. And this one also you can expect. How do auxins promote the growth of tendrils around the support? Okay, I will draw. These are the tendrils. Okay. Normally, the tendrils are like this, straight. The auxin is presented in this region. When they are touching with any support, during the time, the auxin presented in this region are diffused into this region. Then what will happen? Auxin is presented here more. Then these regions grow faster and it's produce the curling. Okay, here very less amount of oxygen, here very large quantity of oxygen. That's why in this region that's grow very faster as compared to this region. That's why the curling take place. Which hormone it is? Auxin. It is also based on the auxin. You can write the answer. And the last topic, that's about the hormones presented in humans. Okay, you remember which are the endocrine glands? Okay, the hormones. This table, you must remember this table and along with their function. Okay, this table along with their function, you must remember. And we can discuss very important questions you can expect. It's a little more difficult. Okay. How it is the timing and amount of hormone released is regulated? Explain with an example. You just remember, this is actually the feedback mechanism. If you get any questions about the feedback mechanism, you must write the definition. Okay, it is a process of regulating the amount and timing of hormones release. That is called a feedback mechanism. With an example, you can explain the process. You can take the example, the hormone is insulin. Who is producing this insulin? Pancreas. What's the function of insulin? Regulating the blood glucose level. Okay. The deficiency of insulin that will cause the disease. Which disease that is caused by the deficiency of insulin? That is diabetes. Okay, that is diabetes. Okay, here you see, if the sugar level in your body rise, during the time, the cells in pancreas that dictate and synthesize insulin. And this insulin that will reduce the blood sugar level. If the blood sugar level become dictated or reduced, then it's detected by cells of pancreas. As a result, they are stopping the secretion of insulin. Okay, this diagram, just take a screenshot. This diagram is very important. You can also write the diagram along with these questions. Okay. Just take this diagram. This is about the topic, and also remember thyroid along with the iodine deficiency and which disease is causing, that is goiter. What are the symptoms of goiter? The swelling of neck. That's the symptoms of goiter. You just remember all these datas. Okay, all these hormones, which are the hormones produced by the pituitary. Okay, which are the hormones produced by the adrenal gland, which are the part of the functions of adrenal with an example. The adrenal gland, you can always get with the X situation. That's in a stressful situation, the adrenal gland is produced. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can just ask. Any doubts? Any doubts? Daniel, Semina. Okay. If you have any doubts, you just send me a message. Okay, or you can contact with the official number of Target Global Academy. Okay, wish you all the best. Okay, bye. Now you can stay on the same link. The physics sir will join here. Okay, the physics classes will start. Okay, just stay here. Hello all. Hello all. Can you hear me? Okay, guys, let's start with yeah. Let's start here. So in the last class, I told you that we'll discuss we'll just make a small, we can say, yeah, a small print. Yeah, we will discuss a small, what you can say, formula chart for the chapter electricity, right? So let's make a first, let's make a formula chart. After that, let's go to the questions. Okay, we are only making a formula chart for the electricity chapter. So the chapter electricity, it is starting with the electricity chapter. So the first thing is electric current. We know electric current I is equal to Q by T. Charge, it is a rate of flow of charge. So that is equal to Q by T. If 10 electrons are moving like that, if number of electrons are given, then let's find Ne divided by T. N is number of electrons, E is the charge of electron. Okay, so first equation for the current. Then the next thing is the voltage or the potential. Potential is given by work done on a unit charge. But this equation is not that much important. But the next equation, I, the Ohm's law equation, I is equal to V by R. I is equal to V by R. Due to the shortage of time, we are just quickly making a formula chart. Okay, I'm really sorry for this because we don't have enough time. So we had to make this very quickly. So here we know the equation for I, V, and let's make an equation for R then. And R is equal to, we know, rho into L by A. Here rho is the resistivity, L is the length, A is the area. So from this equation, we can understand that the factors affecting the resistance. Factors affecting resistance, first one is length, then area of cross section, and rho, that is resistivity. Resistivity, that is the nature of the material. So the third property. And the next property is the temperature. So from this equation, you get three parameters and add one more, the temperature. So we can write 4 factors affecting the resistance. Clear. The next one, if two resistors are connected in series, then the effective resistance is given by R1 plus R2. If there is another one, then it will be R3, like that. If they are connected in parallel, if the resistances are connected in parallel, then we can say the effective resistance is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus, if there is another, 1 by R3 plus, etc., 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 etc. Okay. Then next one, parallel connection is over. Then next one is heating effect. Heating effect. So the heat produced when current is passing through a conductor, H is equal to I square RT. This is the Joule's law. This is Joule's law. Okay. So heat produced when current is passing through a conductor is directly proportional to square of the current, resistance, and time of flow. And the another equation, H is equal to V square T upon R. Next one, H is equal to IVT. So here we have 3 equations for the heat produced. Okay, and this equation is also for the energy, because energy is a form of heat. So this equation is, we can use this equation to find the energy also. Understood? And the next one is power, electric power. So electric power P is given by energy upon time. Energy upon time. So here also we have 3 equations for power. First equation is I square R. That is, we are removing the T from the equations of heat. And again, removing T from this equation. That is, we get V square by R. Again, removing T from the third equation, we get I into V. Understood? So these are the all equations in the chapter electricity. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 equations are the total. 11 equations are there in the chapter electricity. Okay, so like you can quickly write this one, or you can take a screenshot. Take a screenshot, that will be better. Okay, I hope it is done. I hope it is done. Now let's erase all this. Now let's discuss some questions. Sorry. Yeah. Look at the first question. Look at the first question. An electric bulb. An electric bulb. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. So an electric bulb is rated to 220 volt and 100 watt. 220 volt and 100 watt. It is operated, even it is operated 110 volt, then the power consumed will be. The power consumed will be. What will happen to the power? Will there any change for the power? Like Let's find the power then. So from these two, I can find the resistance of the bulb. Okay. So first from this one, I know power is equal to I know the equation V square by R. This is the only equations connecting voltage, resistance, and power. Right. So I can say R is equal to V square by P. So voltage is 220. So its square divided by the power is 100 watt. And the 220 square, its value, just by heart this value, because in all the questions, the voltage will be 220 in many of the questions. Okay. So the square of 220 is 48400 divided by 100. So we get that is equal to 484 ohm. We got the resistance now. Now we are using the same bulb. But the voltage is different. Okay, we are using the same bulb, which means its resistance is same now. Its resistance is same now because we are not changing the bulb. We are using the same bulb. So the resistance is same. Now we have to find the power. We know power is equal to, again, V square by R. Substitute the value. So voltage is 110. Its square divided by the resistance is 484 ohm. That is equal to 1. So the square of 11 is 121, and again 20 divided by 484. That is equal to what will be this one? This will be 121 divided by 484. So it will be equal to 25. That will be equal to 25. So the answer will be 25 watt. I hope it is clear. Any doubt here? Hello, anyone? Any doubt in this question? So in this type of question, just find the resistance because we are using the same bulb. So the resistance will not change. Understood? Clear, guys? Okay, clear? Then moving to the next question. Yeah, if you want to write, just write down. Then moving to the next question. The equivalent resistance of a series of combination of resistance is X ohm. They are in series. If the resistances are 10 and 40 ohm respectively, then what is the value of X? So here we have two resistances. So the effective resistance is given. That is X. We know in series connection, effective resistance is given by R1 plus R2. So here the effective resistance is given, that is X. So X is equal to 10 plus 40. That is equal to 50 ohm. That's a simple question. So the answer is 50. Simple question. Okay. The next one. An electric fan runs from the 220 volt mains. Once again, we have a fan is there that is working under the voltage 220 volt. The current is also given, that is 0.5 ampere. Then how much energy is transformed in 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Which equation we can use here to find the energy? Which equation? Anyone? Anyone? So we know the heat or the energy is equal to, we have three equations, I square RT, next one V square T by R, next one IVT. We have three equations are there. And here the voltage is given and the current is also given. And in our home circuit, it is always parallel, right? Our home circuit is always parallel. So if it is a parallel circuit, then it is better to use this equation. I mean, it is better to use an equation that contains the voltage, because in parallel connection, voltage will be same throughout. You know that, right? So it is better to choose an equation that contains the voltage. So I'm choosing this equation. So energy is equal to V square T upon R. So here the resistance is not given. So the current is given. So I'm using this equation. Sorry, guys. I'm using this equation. In this question, the resistance is not given. So I'm using the third equation. So energy is equal to I into V into T. So the current is 0.5 into the voltage is 220. The time is 2 minutes. 2 minutes means how many seconds? 60 seconds. So the thing is you have to convert minute into seconds. That is in 1 minute we have 60 seconds. So in 2 minutes we have 120 seconds. That means 2 into 60. So this will be equal to 0.5 into 220 will be equal to 110 into 120. So the answer will be 110 into 12. That is equal to 132. That is equal to 13200. 13200 joules. So the answer will be 13200 joules. Understood. So here in this question, the current is given and the voltage is also given. Time is here. So just directly substitute the values here. I hope this is clear. Any doubt, guys? Any doubt, anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. Now moving to the next question. Draw a ray diagram to show what happens after the reflection to the incident ray when it is parallel to the principal axis and falling on a convex mirror. This is a convex mirror. Convex mirror means the shading is inside. Yeah, the shading is inside. And this is the principal axis. The pole is here. I'm just drawing a focus center here, and also I'm drawing a focus and center here. And a ray that is parallel to the principal axis that is coming here, a ray parallel to the principal axis. We know if a ray is parallel to the principal axis, it must pass through the focus. But for a concave mirror, it will be diverging out, right? It is diverging out. But these lines are assumed to be passing through the focus. This is how we can draw the ray diagram of a ray of light reflecting on a convex mirror that is parallel to the principal axis. I hope it is very clear. I hope it is very clear. When compared to the biology, the physics is very, very simple. Okay. Clear. Then moving to the next question. In an electrical circuit, two resistors, 2 ohm, 4 ohm are connected in series to a battery of 6 volt. Find the heat dissipated in 4 ohm resistors. The time is given in 5 seconds. So listen to this question. Here we have an electric circuit. Both of them are connected in series. That is, this is the condition. Here we have a resistance. This is 2 ohm. And we have another resistance. This is 4 ohm. And that is connected to a battery of 6 volt. That is connected to a battery of 6 volt. Since these two are in series, I can say that the current throughout will be same. The current flowing through this one will be same as current flowing through this thing, right? But the voltage will be different. I don't know what is the voltage, right? So I am going to find and I'm going to use, here we have to find the heat. I'm going to use the equation I square RT. Why I'm using this equation is, here this is a series circuit. In series circuit, current will be same throughout. So I'm using this equation. And here we have to find the heat dissipated on the 4 ohm resistor. Okay, so to find the total current flowing through the circuit, first I am finding the effective resistance. Okay, so the effective resistance of this circuit will be equal to R1 plus R2. That is equal to 2 plus 4, that is 6 ohm. We got the effective resistance. Understood. Now let's find the total current flowing through the circuit. I equal to V by R. The voltage is 6. The divided by the total resistance is 6. So we can say that is equal to 1 ampere. That means the total current flowing through the circuit is 1 ampere. Which means the current flowing through 2 ohm is 1 ampere. Current flowing through this one is also 1 ampere. Now let's use this equation. That is H is equal to, the current is 1. So I square RT. So 1 square into the resistance. We are only find the heat across this 4 ohm resistor. So 4 into the time is 5 seconds. So the answer will be 20 joules. Clear? Answer will be 20 joules. Clear, guys? Clear. Now, suppose instead of this series connection, if it is parallel, then what will be the change? Suppose instead of the series connection, if it is parallel, then I can redraw this figure again. I can redraw this figure again. That is, the circuit will be looking like this. This is a 6 volt, this is 2 ohm, this is 3 ohm. And if it is a parallel circuit, I can say the voltage flowing through this ring will be 6 volt. Voltage through this resistance will be, so this is 4 ohm. 4 ohm. And voltage through this ring will be again 6 volt. Since this is a parallel circuit, I will use the equation V square T by R. So I know the voltage through the 4 ohm resistor because we have to find the heat produced only on the 4 ohm resistor. So substituting the values. So here we get 6 square into 5 divided by resistance is 4 ohm. We can directly substitute this value if it is parallel. If it is parallel. Okay, but if it is series, we have to find the effective resistance, find the total current, then substitute the equation I square RT. But if it is a parallel connection, then we can use this equation V square T by R. And the interesting thing is the resistance or the voltage through all ring will be same. You can directly substitute the values here. Got it? Moving to the next question. 3 resistors, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm are connected in series parallel. Find the effective equivalent resistance in each case. A simple question. And in your board exam, some simple questions will be there as well as complicated will be there. The simple questions are for the below average students to just to qualify the exam. But there will be some complicated questions like for the students like you. Okay, so for who are looking for A1. Okay, so this is a simple question. You know, you can find the effective resistance. So if they are in series, the first case, if they are in series, I can say R equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. That is equal to 2 plus 3 plus 4. 2 plus 3 plus 4. That is equal to 5 plus 4. That is equal to 9. Okay, 9 ohm. But if they are in parallel, 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Simple question. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. That is equal to, you can either take the LCM or you can directly cross multiply, no problem. So here I can say that if I add all these, I get, first I am cross multiplying these two. I mean, for me, cross multiplying is easy. You can take LCM. That's also a good method. So for me, it is, this one is easier. So 3 plus 2 divided by 6 plus 1 by 4 is there. That is 5 by 6 plus 1 by 4. Again cross multiplying, so 5 into 4, that is 20 plus 6 divided by 24 will be that is 26 by 24. This is 1 by R, or R is equal to 24 upon 26. So this one, if I divide with 2, it will be 12 by 13. So 12 by 13 ohm, that will be the answer. Okay. Okay, so this is a simple question. You know this formula, you know how to do this, right? You guys, I mean, it is better to take the LCM. That will be easy, but here I'm just cross multiplying. Going to the next question. Look at this question. The following figure shows a ray of light traveling from medium A to medium B. As you can see here, look at this arrow. This is the arrow. Okay, so the light is traveling from this medium to that medium. And as you can see the bending, here, actually the ray must go like this, but the bending is, yes, you can see it is towards the normal. When is the bending is towards the normal? When light is traveling from a rarer medium to denser medium. So from this one also we can understand that this is rarer medium, this is denser medium. We can understand that when we look at this figure, right? Because the bending is towards the normal, which means this is a rarer medium, this is a denser medium. The first conclusion. Look at the question. Determine the refractive index of medium B with respect to medium A. Okay, so from the given data, which one is denser medium, which one is rarer medium? We already found that the denser medium is medium B, the rarer medium is medium A. So, but here we have to find the refractive index of medium B with respect to medium A. Which equation form, which formula we can use here? I can use the Snell's law for the answer A. I'm using the Snell's law. So the Snell's law says that sine I by sine R is equal to NB by NA. I mean N2 by NA. So here what is I? Always remember that this is the normal. The angle I means the angle between incident ray and the normal. Don't forget that the angle of incidence means the angle between incident ray and the normal. So I is 60 degree here. This is I. An angle between refracted ray and the normal. This is angle R. Don't forget that. Okay. So substituting here, we get sine I is 60 divided by R is sine 45. That is NB by NA. Then let's substitute the values. What is sine 60? You studied in maths. Sine 60, that is root 3 by 2, right? Divided by sine 45, that is 1 by root 2. That is equal to, this root 2 will come here. So root 3 into root 2 divided by 2. That is equal to NB upon NA. If you can't solve this one, you can stop here. Otherwise, I will show you the full method here. So that is root 3 into root 2. Or we can say that is root of 6 by 2, no problem. Or root 3 into root 2 divided by, listen, what is 2? 2 I can write as root 2 into root. Right, so this root 2 and root 2 we can cancel. So the answer will be root of 3 by 2. That is the answer. That is equal to NB upon NA. Understood? Clear. So once again, in this case, we have to find the refractive index of medium B with respect to medium A. That is, we have to find NB by NA. So the relation for that one, by using this given data, we can use the Snell's law, sine I by sine R equal to refractive index. So sine I is 60 degree, R is 45 degree, NB by NA. Directly substituting sine 60 is root 3 by 2, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, substituting here. Okay, so we get NB by NA. Clear, guys? Understood? Understood? Anyone have any doubt? Hello, anyone? Okay. Now going to the next part of this question. The speed of light in a transparent medium is 0.6 times that of the speed of its speed in vacuum. What is the refractive index of the medium? We know refractive index, answer for the B question, refractive index of is given by C by V. That is speed of light in vacuum divided by speed of light in a medium. And in this question, the speed of light in the medium is given. That is 0.6 times that of speed of light in vacuum. By V is 0.6 times C. 0.6 times C. So the C and C I can cancel. I get 1 by 0.6. 1 by 0.6. So what is 1 by 0.6? That is equal to 1.6667 like that. 1.67, that's enough. 1.67. And what is the unit of refractive index? What is the unit of refractive index? There is no unit for refractive index. Okay, so the answer is 1.667 or 1.67. That is enough. Clear? Understood? A simple question, right? Now the next question, moving to the next question. State the law which determines the direction of magnetic field around a current carrying wire. That is, if this is a wire and current is passing through it. Then what is which law determines the direction of current carrying wire? We can say that is a right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule. Okay, that is if this is a current carrying wire, look at my video. If this is a current carrying wire, I will hold this wire in a way such that my thumb represents the direction of current. Then my curling fingers will represent the direction of magnetic field around it. Okay, so that is a right hand thumb rule. The second one, name and state the law which is used to determine the direction of force on a current carrying wire when it is placed in a magnetic field. So that is, suppose this is a horseshoe magnet. This is a horseshoe magnet. And this is the north pole of the magnet. This is the south pole of the magnet. Okay, and I am going to place a current carrying wire here. We know if there is a current carrying wire, there will be a magnetic field around it. We know that by the right hand thumb rule. Also, we can say here we have a horseshoe magnet. So their magnetic field will be from north to south. So at a time, two magnetic field, which means either there will be an attraction or there will be a repulsion. We know that if two magnets are coming closer, there will be an attraction or repulsion. So the force in this case is determined by the rule Fleming's left hand rule. So we can say the answer is Fleming's left hand rule. So the rule says that just place your fingers in a mutually perpendicular direction such that the pointing finger represents the magnetic field, the middle finger represents the direction of current, then the thumb will represent the direction of force. This is Fleming's left hand rule. And for a small quote for this one, that is father, mother, child. In a family tree, father will be on the top. So the thumb is father. Then this is mother. The next priority is for the child. So father, mother, child. So father, F for force. Mother, M for magnetic field. Child, C for the current. So father, mother, child. Understood? Okay. Next one. State the condition when the magnitude of force on a current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field is 0 and maximum. That is, yeah. So if the angle, we are finding the magnitude of, we are finding the direction of force if when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field by the Fleming's left hand rule. We can say in this case, the angle between the current and the magnetic field, angle between the pointing finger and the middle finger is 90 degree, right? It is 90 degree. If the angle between them is 90 degree, if angle between current and magnetic field is 90 degree, or we can say if the magnetic field and current are perpendicular, then the force is maximum. Then force is maximum. Force is maximum. Like if you are using if you are finding the force by using this rule. But if they are parallel, that is, if the current and magnetic field are parallel, that means both are pointing in the same direction. The current and the magnetic field both are pointing in the same direction. In this case, the force is 0. If both the current and magnetic field, can we find the direction of force like this? If they are in the same direction, there is no force, right? So we can say if the angle between the force and the magnetic field is 0, then the force is 0. Okay, so we can say if angle between current and magnetic field is 0 degree, then force is minimum or force is 0. Understood? Understood, guys? Okay, then moving to the next question. Yeah, here we have, this is a case study question. We have a bigger statement is there. Don't read the statement. Okay. Don't read the statements. Okay? Don't read the statement. And here, look at the first question. Look at this figure. Look at this figure. Here we have, something is there. Is the eye is made of glass? Is the eye is made of glass? Come on, guys. What do you think? It's a logical question. Is the eye is made of glass or not? Anyone? Anyone in chat box, guys? Hello. I is made of glass. Sorry, islands is made of glass. Sorry, islands is made of glass. Come on. Yes, islands is glass. So understand that it's a convex lens. It is also made of glass. Okay, islands is also it is also made of glass. Okay, next one. So this is made of glass and this is a convex lens. A myopic patient or myopic person uses a spec of the power is given minus 0.2 diopter. What is the distance of the far point of his eye? What is the distance of far point of his eye? Any guess for this question? For the far point. What is meant by far point? What is meant by far point? Far points means the maximum distance that person can see. Okay. Far point means the maximum distance that person can see. Okay, so in this question, the power is given. So power is given, that is minus 0.2 diopter. So from this one, let's find the focal length. Let's find the focal length. So the focal length is given by, we know if we want to find in the answer in the centimeter, then we use the equation power equal to focal length is equal to 100 by power. That is equal to 100 by 0.2. So 100 by 0.2 will be equal to, we can say that is equal to 500 centimeter, right? 500 centimeter, right? It will be 500 centimeter. Then what will be the far point? What will be the far point? This 500 centimeter will be the far point. Okay, so this is the far point. Understood, guys? Understood. So this 500 centimeter is the far point of that eye. That means that person can only see up to, only clearly see up to a distance of 500 centimeter. Okay. Next one. Which lens is used for correcting a myopic eye? We know that is concave. That is concave. We know that, and also the power is negative. So from that one also we can understand. We know that. From that one also we know that the power is it is concave. Next one, the human eye forms an image of, the human eye forms the image of an object at its, we know that is on the retina. Simple question. Next one, the last question. So we have an experiment here. We have an apparatus here. That is, we have an object X is there. So from this one, you can understand that it is converging to a screen. So this will be a convex lens. This will be a convex lens. 1 minute. Yeah. This will be a convex lens. That is, it is converging to a single point. Right. So this is a convex lens. So Prachi determined the focal length of a device X using the distant object as on a screen as shown in the above diagram. The following table gives different positions of the object and their sizes of the position. Something, blah, blah, blah. Look at the table. The position of the object. If the object is at the infinity, we got the images at the f2. And the image is highly diminished and point sized. So there is a chance for the concave mirror or convex lens. Look at the next tables. If the object is placed beyond 2f1, the image is in between f2 and 2f2, diminished. Again 2f1, if the object is placed at 2f1, the image is at the 2f2, same size. Definitely, it is convex lens. And it is enlarged if the object is in between f1 and 2f1. We know that. It is correct. It is definitely sure that it is the convex lens. Now, based on the diagram and the table, answer the following questions. In the diagram, what is the device X? We know device X is convex lens, right? We ensured that. And the distance D, sorry, I didn't show any distance D. I didn't see any D. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here the distance D is also given here. Then what will be this D? Come on, guys. Anyone? Come on, what will be this distance D? Look at this figure only. Look at this figure only. The answer is in this figure. What will be that D? If it is V, U, F, that is my question. It is V, U, or F. Come on, guys. Come on. V, U, F. What is that? We know if a light ray is parallel to the principal axis, it will be, the image will be converging on the focus. So this D will be equal to the focal length. Understood, guys? Yes, Rida, very good. So that is the focal length, F. Understood. If the light rays are coming from the infinity, so they will be converging on the focus. So this D will be equal to the focal length of this convex lens. Okay, so this is a convex lens and the image is formed at the focal length, and D is the focal length. What will be the nature of the image if an image is placed at the infinity? If the object is placed at the infinity, what is the nature of the image? Like if you have a brain, if you use your brain well, then you will go to the previous slide. Yeah, if the object is at infinity, the property is directly given here. Okay, this is for a 5th standard student. So the answer is it is highly diminished and point sized. Understood? So it is given in the question. So what is the nature of the image if the object is placed at infinity? It is highly diminished and the point sized. It is given in the question. And also the image will be formed at the focus. Understood? The next one. If the magnification of the converging lens is +1, magnification of the converging lens is +1, then what is the nature of the image? So understand, guys, if magnification is equal to 1, it means that the image is the same size that of the object. And if the magnification is less than 1, means it is diminished image. And if the magnification is greater than 1, means this is an enlarged image. And if magnification is negative value, which means it is inverted. If magnification is a positive value, then it is erect. So in this case, magnification is positive. So the nature of the image is it is erect. And it is equal to 1, then it is same size. So erect and same size. Understood, guys? Understood? Clear, guys? Going to the next question. Calculate the focal length of a lens for an object placed at 50 centimeter from the lens, producing a virtual image at a distance of 10 centimeters in front of the lens. Okay, so here we have a virtual, this is a lens. Okay, I'm wiping all this, guys. I'm wiping all this. If you want to write, just write, or I'm wiping. Or you can take a screenshot, that will be better. Take a screenshot. Now, in this question, we have to find the focal length, and the object is placed at 50 centimeter. And we know we are always placing an object in front of a lens, right? That is on the left side. So we have to take as negative. And the image is virtual. V is given, that is 10 centimeter, but that is virtual image. Virtual image means image will be on the left side of the lens. That is, in case of lens, if the image is virtual, it is on the left side. So V is also a negative. We have to find the focal length. So let's use let's use the lens formula. 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. Here we have to find the focal length. 1 by -10 minus 1 by -50. This minus and minus, it will be plus. So it will be 50 minus 10 divided by minus 500. That is equal to 40 upon minus 500, or F is equal to minus 500 upon 40. That is equal to minus 50 by 4. Minus 50 by 4 will be minus 50 by 4. That is equal to, I can say, 12.5 minus 12.5 centimeter. It is minus 12.5 centimeter. The focal length is negative. Focal length is negative, which means the lens is a convex lens, so concave lens. But in this question, they didn't mention about the lens. They just wrote that is a lens. The answer, the lens is also a concave lens. Understood, guys? Understood. So this is a simple, I mean, this a simple question. And if you just read this table very carefully, you get the answer for the 90% of this question. Okay. So yeah, that's all. And this is just a sample paper for the physics. And if you have any, you can refer any question paper. And if you have any doubt, you can send me, or you can just contact our office number. And we are winding up here. And all the best for your exam. And just write your exam in stress-free condition, and sleep properly before your exam. Okay, please, that's a request. Sleep properly before your exam. I mean, before exam is not on the bench, not on the exam desk, and just like try like the on the eve of the exam. Okay, don't study without sleeping. It will stress your brain, and you can't write anything if you didn't sleep properly. Okay, so just give some rest for your brain. Okay, and tomorrow just revise all the chapters and remind all the equations. That is enough. Okay, you know all the concepts. You know all the concepts in biology, chemistry, physics. Okay, so tomorrow you just rewind all of these. Don't study anything new. Just rewind all these equations. Okay, and just write the exam in a cool mind. Then only your brain will work properly. If you are very stressed, then you can't answer anything properly. Oh, I'm just stressed. I don't know how to do this, or I don't have the time. You have the time. Okay, you have the time. You know your capacity, so you can manage your time according to that. Okay, so all the best for your exam, guys, and happy learning. Okay, bye, guys. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Yeah, if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. You can write in the chat box. Bye. Then okay, guys, if nothing is there, then let's wind up then. And bye, guys. Bye bye.